Welcome to Wicked Darkness, Johnny's survival guide to the end times. This is a full audio reading of the book released in episodes. I made this free so it's easy to follow and so you don't get distracted from the message. Enjoy.
Chapter 8 Part 1 The Final Week and the Mad Hatters. Grand Entrance. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand, then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. Mark 13:14. Warning. Your spiritual life mirrors our presidential elections. You only get to pick one of two masters, and you're going to pick one of them to serve. The Golden Age. It's hard to ignore. There's a lot that didn't make it into this book. Not because it isn't true, but because most people still aren't ready to see it. Take MAGA. Political slogan. Sure, but it also happens to match Magister Templi, a real occult rank from systems like the Temple of Set. It means Master of the Temple, a title awarded for spiritual enlightenment in Luciferian doctrine. Coincidence? Maybe, but if it is, it's a darkly poetic one, the kind the enemy specializes in. Even the Church of Satan has a hierarchy. You can look it up. Registered member no degree. Active member Satanist first degree. Witch warlock second degree. Priestess priest third degree. Magister fourth degree. Magus fifth degree. Yeah, that's real. Not make America great again, but the overlap. Hard to ignore. And the devil, he loves irony. Because when symbolism gets too obvious, people dismiss it as coincidence, or mock it entirely. That's the play. Hide the truth in plain sight. Bury it beneath absurdity so no one takes it seriously. And in the meantime, the darkness doesn't even bother to hide. It brands itself, promotes itself, and the world lines up for merch. If people can't see that, imagine how convincing the next phase will be. Jesus said you can't serve two masters. The final kingdom will demand you try. And the deception coming, it won't look evil. It'll look enlightened, compassionate, unified. It will sound like salvation and feel like safety, like Hansel and Gretel smiling at the candy windows, while the witch preheats the oven. Never question the obvious patterns. So stay sharp, keep your eyes open, don't fall for the pitch. Don't buy the sales brochure for the new golden age. And whatever you do, don't trust the whispers still dripping from the wicked darkness that speaks through the kings of this world. Kicking and screaming into the 70th week. 27 And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. There it is. One final 7-year period on the clock. Once it starts, the endgame begins. Not symbolic, not vague. A literal 7 years. But first, a false Christ shows up. The Jews and even the Arabs, linked through Abraham, but that's another topic, are still waiting for their Messiah. They denied Jesus, but they're ready for anyone who checks the right boxes. Just like a spaghetti western, they're waiting for a new sheriff to ride in and save the day. They've both been blessed. Oil, land, resources. But they've also both rejected the Son. God's still been faithful. Israel is back in the land. The Middle East is on edge. Hitler was just a preview of what's coming. Because the next prince, the real Antichrist, is going to break his deal halfway through. 27 And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. 3.5 years in, this man of sin walks into the rebuilt Jewish temple and declares himself to be God. Jesus called this the abomination of desolation. Paul said he'll exalt himself above all that is called God. John said the world will wonder after the beast. When it happens, Jesus said, then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. For in those days shall be affliction such as was not from the beginning of the creation which God created, unto this time neither shall be. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. Mark 13:14, 19, 20. And here's the point. All of this, from the coins to the CBDCs, to the temple prep, is setting the stage. They're laying the foundation for the final kingdom, a kingdom of iron mixed with clay, a kingdom divided, fragile and global, a kingdom built on delusion, not truth. And when the Mad Hatter walks on stage, he won't come as a monster. Not at first. He'll come as a miracle worker, a fixer, a genius, a global peace broker, even calling fire down from heaven. He'll check every box except the one that matters: truth. And this, my friends, is why prophecy matters. What you just read, it was written 2,500 years ago, and it's unfolding right now. And there is an invisible angel behind the global curtain, pulling the world's strings. And God's will in prophecy is going to be fulfilled, because the show is just getting started. You think the world lost its mind over COVID? Wait until this next curtain rises. And if we are the final generation, and I believe there's a pretty good chance we are, then the next act is going to blow this planet's mind.
Hey, thanks for listening. You've just heard an episode of Wicked Darkness, Johnny's survival guide to the end times. If you want to read along or dive deeper, go to wickeddarkness.com. It's also available on Kindle and in paperback on Amazon. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it, someone who's stressed, questioning things, or sensing that something in the world just isn't right, someone who can feel that something is off. Have them listen. Subscribe to follow the full series. It's free. People keep waiting for the wicked one to arrive. What they don't understand is this: he's already here. I told you I was a salesman, so yeah, here's the pitch. But this one's a little different. What you just listened to is a story turned into content. Now imagine doing the same thing yourself. Most people try to create content from nothing. I use listings so I never run out. You write something once, turn it into a video, and now you've got content working for you across multiple platforms. That's what freaksites.com is built for. It's simple. You create listings, you tell stories, you turn them into content, and if you share it, you can get paid for participation too. No algorithms deciding who sees it, no expiration, just something you create that stays. Take a few minutes, look through the site. You'll get it. freaksites.com.